Steve Rogel, 2012 Distinguished Achievement in Industry Diamond Award winner.
Steve is a very bright, analytical, decisive leader.
He was patient and attentive in board meetings. He made sure that each member was heard.
Steve has an intuitiveness and a professional manner.
Oh, he's a very warm and very, very good leader.
Steve Rogel built his career in the forest products industry, a multi-billion-dollar global business. During his tenure as CEO, Steve guided Willamette Industries to the top of the market and then transformed Weyerhaeuser into one of the 3 largest forest products companies in the world.
When Steve came to Weyerhaeuser, one of the first things he wanted to do was to simplify the company.
Steve brought a roadmap for success to Weyerhaeuser, and on a single piece of paper, he listed key financial and business indicators right alongside of corporate values.
As the forest products industry began to consolidate operations, Steve strategically looked for opportunities to acquire companies that would make Weyerhaeuser an industry leader.
He was able to take the best of Weyerhaeuser. He was able to take the best of Willamette Industries and combine those in a way that made Weyerhaeuser a powerhouse.
And he was proud with our trees that there would always be more growing than we ever cut. He was committed to the concept of reporting sustainable use of resources. And in fact, Weyerhaeuser was one of the very first companies on the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, the World Index.
One of Steve's greatest achievements, too, had to be his ability as an engineer to really understand how you increase productivity. There was this folklore about Steve, that Steve could actually walk through a pulp mill or a paper mill and that he could just listen to how the mill was operating, and he could tell you if the mill was technologically at its most efficient peak. He's an engineer who went to the top of his industry.
Corporate responsibility was important to Steve. He believed in giving back and making contributions that made a difference to the fabric of communities across the nation.
When Hurricane Katrina devastated the South, Steve led Weyerhaeuser into the neighborhoods where our employees lived. He invited any company employee to give 2 weeks of their time paid, and we rebuilt 50 houses for our employees. Steve was recognized for that effort by President Clinton with the Ron Brown Award for Corporate Responsibility.
Steve also was very instrumental in helping to guide some of the funding and the foundation to support education. And he was also a strong proponent of STEM education, supporting the sciences, the technology, engineering, and math.
Steve lent his expertise internationally to the startup of a recycled paper mill in Hong Kong that was recognized with an Environmental Protection Award.
None of us have any experience building a paper mill. And Steve was our mentor and coach. We asked him how he evaluate the paper mill's performance. He said, well, you should look at the runnability, uptime. So we asked around, then we found out everybody have different kind of the formulas or calculations. When I come back to ask Steve, Steve said, well, all those things are bullshit. It's 365 days and 24 hours, that's the base.
On the Kroger Board of Directors, Steve has served as the lead director and head of the Corporate Governance Committee for this Fortune 100 company.
Using his vast corporate experience to help our company achieve greatness the way that he did at Weyerhaeuser. And being an engineer causes him to think through many combinations and permutations of a problem and its solutions before he articulates his advice. Few executives have ever reached a pinnacle in their career to the extent that Steve has on such a broad global stage.